Hi, Donovan. This will be some video feedback for you on the banner. And you've animated it really well. I know that you had some misapprehensions earlier in the term. But anyway, I'm around the next 2 weeks, so if you have any questions or issues, shoot me a mail or you can text me too. Donovan, I wanted to acknowledge your screenshots too of your process, and really interesting. Timeline editor, you've really taken to it, I think more so than anybody else in the class. So I'm not underestimating your technological prowess. And I see, nice, you have shots from the print magazine ad. So great job on documenting your process. Okay, this, let's see, whose is that? Okay, that's a previous student, also in this class though. Okay, let me make this pretty. I see that you've got, your layer structure looks quite complex. It's great that you have image adjustments in there. I mean, theoretically, your file could be the original photo, a masking layer, all the image adjustment layers. In other words, you could conceivably do this without cropping anything or losing any digital information. Remember we talked about earlier in the term digital image editing? That's a good example of it. And this is really sophisticated. You've used the timeline editor, which is better for, I think, smoother effects than the frame-based editor. And this is kind of way beyond the class requirements, but some of you, and you're one of the few, use the video timeline editor rather than the frame-based editor. So let's now notice that when you preview it in Photoshop, it will seem, oh, and you have sound too. Let me crank up the sound. Do you have sound files? Okay, no, there's the potential for a soundtrack. I don't know why I thought you might have had sound files. Fade in, fade out. Okay, so good going on that. Looks like you've mastered it. Let's take a look at it, what it should look like. Here it is in your discussion board post. I think it's simple. I think it's effective. However, and I can zoom in on here because it probably will be likely to be larger. Watch your margins. You can see that here the type is a little bit close to the edge, and you'll never know what is going to precede or follow your web banners. So, as in print, I would maybe be a little more sensitive about the margins, and then think about what you don't need. Do you really even need part of this? Maybe part of the Virgin Islands is useful knowledge, but the URL, it's sort of understood that by clicking on the web banner, you'll be taken to a website. So your movement seems a little maybe flashy, like a neon light. Maybe some transition frames to make it sort of fade in, fade out. And I'm not sure you need to outline the logo, but on a small scale at least, it is effective. Okay, Donovan, it's a lot of work. You've mastered the video timeline editing tool. Good going.